You got something that nobody else has now. Because you spend all my money and you want me all St. Paul's. Well, I'm telling you, honey, I'm doing because, just because, just because. Folks, put your hands together for Jimmy McCall on keyboards and guitars. Eamon O'Rourke on fiddle, mandolin, and guitars and vocals.
Let's hear it, folks, for Aileen O'Connor all the way here from good old Woodside.
Thank you so much. And coming up in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brendan Grace. And after the show, we'll be back with you for another set. So relax, have some drinks, and have some fun. We'll be back with you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bollard, right? Right, Aileen O'Connor and a wonderful band. I want you to put your hands together for doing a great job, a smashing job, and a great dedication and work. Here tonight in Sean Oaks, and what in the name of Jesus are you doing coming to see an old fella like myself? You're only children! What did I do right during my career? I really don't know. I tried to figure it out, because I started out life, and I'll be honest with you, I feel I'm among friends, and I kind of think it's not going to go any further. There's a lot of people down there who can't see me up close, but they're looking at me on television down the back. Will you say, hi? They're the lucky ones. They can't see the lines. They can't see the polyfiller. The pain. You can, no you can, for Jesus, they keep it quiet. The pain that I've gone through over the years, having a wife who loves me. There's nothing, and I mean this, I'm getting emotional now. There's nothing my wife wouldn't do for me. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do for her. How about that? How about that? Nothing she wouldn't do for me, nothing I wouldn't do for her. That's how we're going through life. Do nothing for each other. Nothing. If I come home early, she thinks I'm looking for something. If I come home late, she thinks I got it. That is not good. She says, even when you're in the house, I'm on my own. If I look at you, the fire goes out. If I look at the fire, you go out. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? When I came in here tonight to Sean Oakes, and I'm delighted to be back, by the way, I have to say. Aer Lingus have a new schedule, by the way. I always fly out of Shannon. I'm from Dublin, but I only fly out of Shannon. I only fly into Shannon. I love Dublin, but I'm finished. I'm a culture now. I'm a Dublin culture who lives down in the Shannon region. And they have a new schedule, by the way. The new flight that gets in at around 6:30 or whatever time it gets in, and it gives me enough time to go for courage between JFK and Sean Oakes. And my brother helps me. He takes me there just to get me a little bit of courage. My brother Brendan, he's illegitimate, by the way. We just took him in. Jesus, did we make a mistake? Trying to feed him, oh, Jesus. He'd ate the left leg of that lamb of God and come back for the yoke. That's how bad it was. But the new schedule, by the way, came in today, and I want to say, by the way, before I forget, that I'm doing a little project. I'm living down in between County Clare and County Tipperary. I'm very diplomatic about this. I'm very diplomatic. There's a bridge between Killaloo and Ballina.
I live under it.
Oh, you're going, I'll have to fucking live under it as well, with the looks of things. Because at the moment I'm actually building a little pub in Killaloo, and I'm not looking for business, by the way. No, seriously, and I appreciate that when you come to Killaloo in Ireland, you look for Brendan Grace's pub, and you will probably come in. But I don't need you, and what I'm saying is, if you happen to see the kid, drop in and have the one even. I just have it as a refuge when my wife throws me out from Ballina, which is the other side of the bridge. And by the way, anybody here tonight who knows Dick Freeman, he was a wonderful guy who's working with us on the project at the moment. He's a fantastic stonemason. He's from up, by the way, up around Gary Kennedy, Port Road direction up in Tipperary. And any friends at Charlie Carmody, they're here tonight. The Charlie Carmody gang are here. Charlie was a big name over here in New York, and then he had to get back to Ireland for some reason. He was building Starbucks, and I think he drank too much coffee. I don't know what it was. But the point that I'm trying to make out is that when I came in here tonight, and to as many people as I could, I saw all very, very young people, certainly compared to me, they're infants. But that doesn't mean they're underage, but they're infants compared to me. And I have this dilemma, which I've had for many years, and it's something that I've tried to figure out. I've tried to figure this out. I started off many, many years ago in Ireland doing comedy, doing songs and which I wanted to sing a few songs for tonight. And I didn't want to start with a song, by the way. You know, well, I was going to open with a song, and then I said, well, you never did me any harm. So, why should I do any harm to you? But the point was that when I met my wife, my current wife, my still wife, you know, she's not still, I'm still, I'm the one that's still. I'm the one that needs the Viagra. Ah, Jesus, no, it's ridiculous, it really is. It really is, you know, I can't keep her happy. I'll do the best I can. And she said to me, you're fucking bastard. You're out half the time with your friends and your brother. He's going to put his head to the door. Don't bend your head in shame. They're never here. I can't, and I said to her, I said, look, we've had a happy relationship, I says, and I'm being honest now. So we've had 4 children, 4 lovely children, God bless them. And I says, here we are. Now it says 20, now that's true. I've had 20 years of happy marriage. I'm not looking for applause. No. I've had 20 years of happy marriage. I'm married 29 years. But I've had 20 years of happy marriage. And I'm trying to figure it out to myself, what did I do wrong for the other 9 years? And it boils down to this. We met many times, many years ago. And my wife watches things that I do. She watches things that make a difference to the relationship. Like, for instance, movement. Are you with me so far? My wife described me recently as a sex symbol for women who no longer care. Now, you have to think about that. You have to think about that one. Fucking useless. You're useless. Nothing works. And I've tried my very ultimate best to be a good husband, to be a good lover. I want to be a good lover. I really do. And if there's any girls here tonight with applications, so I can practice. So when I go home to her, I say, well, I've tried it anyway. She said, another one, we have 2 applications. Now, there we go. That's fine. Well, fellas, that's a different thing. I have to come back to that on another day's work. But it all boils down, if you think about it, with somebody older like myself, I'm in the menopause, by the way. No, I'm admitting it, by the way. I'm not halfway through. I don't know if I'm halfway. How do you know if you're halfway through the menopause when you're not finished? How do you know if you don't know what the end of it is? I could be only 3rd ways through it. There are certain things that take place in a man's body. And then there's certain... My wife described me recently and says that when he goes out at night, I put his pyjamas into the washing machine. Now, she only puts in the bottom part of the pyjamas. She puts them into the washing machine. You can see through the window. You can see them going around. On their own. She doesn't put anything else in, just with the bottom of the pyjamas. She says, it's the only movement I ever see in them nowadays. Now, I don't know. That she's saying that, I have to take her opinion as being right. I've tried so many times. My first, and I've never said this, and I said to Paul tonight, and earlier on, in the evening, I was trying to figure out, I've been here recently, what do I do tonight that I haven't said before? I've tried to keep it a little bit different. I said the Finbar, because it's nice to see Finbar in the square. Where's Finbar? Finbar? It's great to see Finbar back in men's clothing. I mean, it really is. It is. It's a relief to us in Ireland to know that he's back now. He's out of the closet now. But I said to him, he is fucked now for the next 6 months. There's no way he's going to live this one down. I'm delighted to get back at him. Because he gave me short notice for this gig. But I have to say that when I look back, what are the things? What are the signs about marriage? We've had, as I said, we have 2 boys and 2 girls, and we've tried to figure out, what is it? We met in the older times. Jeez, I met my wife 31 years ago. Most of you here tonight weren't even born. You weren't even a glimmer in your mum and dad's life. We met then when dancing in Ireland was different. Is there anybody here over that age can tell? Yes! There was no drink, am I right or wrong? We used to go dancing, it was voluntarily. No cars, bicycles. Oh Jesus, there was bikes everywhere. And you'd go along to the dance hall, and I'm going back, as I said, 31 and more years ago, and you went to a dance hall. I lived in Dublin, so the dance halls in Dublin, full of cultures, but the dance halls in Dublin, now hold on, please. We needed you. We needed you. Somebody had to sort us out. But you couldn't get drink. No such thing as drink in a dance hall. I'm talking about the days, and I'm looking at some of you here tonight, I'm looking at most of you here tonight, you just weren't even born then. When you went to a dance hall in Dublin, the country was even different, but in Dublin, and there was the men on the right, girls on the left. Does anybody remember that? Do you? For a start? Men on the right, girls on the left. Anybody walked down the middle was followed. And I tell you, just in case you weren't sure. And you actually went up in those days and you actually asked for a dance. Today it's a different thing, well, that's what it is. But in those days, you actually went up as a man or a young man, and you said, I'd like the pleasure of this dance. And then you went to a country girl, and she had a different attitude. I would desire this dance with you. Okay. And you get up with her, you get out with her, sorry, hold on. Now. Hold on. You're a disgusting lion, please. Good luck to you, she'd say. And lurching, does anybody remember a lurch? It was called the trobber. That's what we call it as fellas. The trobber, the lurch. And you'd bring the girl around, and you couldn't buy her a drink. You could not buy a girl a drink. Because in those days, men bought all the drink. Couldn't buy it. You're like a club orange. Or a glass of milk. A glass of milk. Most girls, I don't know what it was, and I don't mean to be that, but they mostly went for milk. Because. Now. What was your man doing there going? Now. But they mostly went. The girls mostly went for milk and a biscuit. And I remember one particular night, and she's a lovely girl. I won't say what county she was from, but she was a fabulous girl. Big girl, and God bless her all, the son was perfect. She was huge. She was the full of me arms. And I said to her when the dance was finished, because a lot of us went to the dances, by the way, in those days, and some of you don't remember this, but a lot of us went to the dance, especially in the 60s. Now, Jesus, this is like I'm talking about a different century, like at the moment for a start, the 60s. We would go along, and Dublin mothers, my mum, Lord rest her blessed soul, she was a Dublin lady, loved their sons. They had this thing about their sons, but they only loved us when we started to work. Before that, we were a liability. But when we got a job, I love my son, you won't stand around. Simply because we had to give our wages to our mother. And that was normal. The son in the family usually went out to work, give the wages to your mother, and your mother would take it, she'd give you back whatever she felt was enough for you, which was never enough. Never, I mean never. But Dublin fellas, Sunday night was our biggest night of the dance. And when we went along to a dance hall on the Sunday evening, our mothers used to do dreadful things on us to make the dance unsociable for us. She would take your trousers before you got into them, and she'd run one leg of it through the sewing machine. Okay, so now you have a pair of trousers to go to the dance, but you can't get your leg into the trousers. And you're standing there, you have one leg in, and you're going, and by the time you took the thread out, the dance will be over. That's because your mother didn't want you to go to a dance. Because she knew if you went to the dance, you'd meet a bird, you meet a girl, you get to like her, and she may become your wife. Now the wages will take a turn for the worse. So your mother did not want you to find someone who would be dependent on you. Now that was one way of doing it, but there was another dreadful way, and only Dublin fellas, and any Dublin fella here tonight, my age or older, will know what I'm talking about. She used to give us onion sandwiches. That was a total disaster. That was a fucking nightmare, that one. Now, I normally don't curse, but tonight I'm angry. Because my mother, in her own way, made it that, here, there's a plate of onion sandwiches for you. Give you strength, make you happy. Now, I'm talking about raw onions on big, thick cuts of bread with brown sauce and pepper. And you need a plate of these onion sandwiches. And she said, now go to the dance. Now she would be saying to herself, the girls won't like the smell of onions off your man. But we, in our wisdom, went to the pub on the way to the dance, and we would take on half a dozen, maybe a dozen pints of Guinness. Why? To take the smell of onions off our breath. Now, that was fine. But now you had a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction Guinness and onions. You don't have to be Einstein to figure this one out. It was called internal combustion. Internal combustion. The Guinness and the onions in your gut would meet. And then you could feel chemicals working inside. Internal combustion. Fine. Fine as long as it remained internal. But the chemical was too strong. So then it became external propulsion. So it's fine if it's internal combustion, but once it goes out, external propulsion, fart is the only word I can think of. And that's what happened. It now became external. And you could be standing there full of onions and Guinness. And you're waiting, and the girls are on the left, the fellas are on the right, and about 11 o'clock at night, you can... Now you could see the fellas, by looking at them, by the way, see, a lot of us used to ride bikes. And most of us forgot to take off the bicycle clips. Does anybody here remember bicycle clips? When you rode a bike, you either put on clips or you tucked your trousers into your stockings to save it from catching in the chain. Now, if you're full of onion sandwiches and Guinness and you haven't taken your trousers out of your stockings, you can now see the trousers filling out. Are we together on this one now, please? We have to... I seen fellas that their legs would fill out like that. And they'd breathe. I seen a fella one night with the bicycle clips on and the farting took over. And the bicycle clips went like that. And he took off. He went through the ceiling. He took off. Because of this combustion, I seen fellas walking across the dance floor at about 30 miles an hour. What was the chase? You see that? They take off. The fart would drive them across the floor. Now that was all very fine for fellas. You try to chat of a bird, and you're saying, "Here we are," and then you move back 6 feet. And it was that kind of a situation. I just want to find full of wind. Full of wind, you man, full of wind. And I remember bringing a girl home one night on a push bike, on a regular bike, by the way. Her arse was the width of the saddle. Now, there's none of us perfect. There's none of us perfect. Her arse took up the space between the front of the saddle and the handlebars. Now, that's... God bless us all. And I was the same, by the way. Only my arse was in a different direction. So I couldn't steer the bike. I could not steer the bike. I couldn't steer the bike. Because one hip was against the handlebars, the other was against the saddle. And I kept saying, "Oh Jesus, I hope she lives straight home from here. And I won't be able to turn any corners." She lived in Tala. I had to take her home to Killester. I'll never forget it. I had to take her to the north side of Dublin because I couldn't turn the bike. I could not turn the bike with the width of her in the saddle. And it was in those days, as I said, when I'm not a teenager now. I don't know what it's like for you guys, all you guys and girls, going to a disco. I'm sure you probably go to a girl and say, "How are you? Like a dance?" I don't know. In our day, it was kind of, "Can I have this dance?" And I don't really want to dance with you. Would you like a bit of knitting? We used to say things to people. As kids we did. As teenagers. As we did. I'd like to dance. I wouldn't like to dance with you. Would you dance the next dance? No. I'm fussy who I dance with. Well, I'm not. That's why I asked you. What do you to a girl one, and I'll always remember this. The National Ballroom of Parnell Square in Dublin. Anybody remember that? God bless us. Admitting to your age. The National Ballroom in Dublin. And I remember saying to a girl one night, I'd like to walk you home. Wow. I'd like to run you home. Have you got a car? Oh, I have a whip. And I stared at her. I didn't understand that. That was an insult. How would I know? Well, I'll take you home now. I want to take you now. I can't go now. I'm on promise. And it was always the dance. Remember the girl? It was always the... Probably somebody said to me, can you remember her name? I don't. The girl that I said to one night, and I says to her straight up, I says, are you dancing? She said, no, I'm holding down a loose floorboard. I think that was the girl I married. I really do, to this very day. Because I couldn't place my wife from everybody else. Because her mother, my Jesus, talk about Rasputin. Oh, mother's like a pig. I mean, really and truly. She is like a big sow, her mother. We take her mother, and I've said this to a lot of people, we bring her mother everywhere with us. It's much better than kissing her goodbye. How do you kiss a woman like that goodbye? How do you? With that face that looks like it's been around the world 3 times. Those lips. My mother, by the way, my mother-in-law has lovely lips. They're both on top. Now, I have to say, that's difficult to come to terms with. So we bring her everywhere, rather than kissing her goodbye. And I've said it. We took her down one time, and I think I mentioned this the last time I was here. We took her from Dublin to Killarney. Most people here tonight who live in Ireland, from Ireland, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out, what are you talking about, 4 hours, 4.5, 5 max. Took us 5.5 hours to get my mother-in-law from Dublin. Remember that day, Brendan, you said she was coming in on the flight? She came in, and we took her from Dublin down to Killarney. Well, my Jesus, I'll never forget it. She nagged, bleeding nag. 5.5 hours nagging from Dublin to Killarney. I'll never forget it. She was still nagging when I was taking her down from the roof rack on the car. Nagging. Which is not pleasant. Scraping flies off her. Most of them left voluntarily, but I'm scraping them. I really am. Scraping off the flies. And she said, there's no flies on me. Bitch. So 5.5 hours later, we walk into this hotel in Killarney. I'm not going to mention the name of it, the Glen Eagle. We walk in. Great hotel, by the way. And now, before I go back to my mother-in-law, let me just say, it's a plug. This is a plug. For those of you in Ireland, if you're over there, if you have your family around Kerry during the summer, I do my summer show, the Glen Eagle Hotel in Killarney. Fabulous place. And I'd love you to drop in there if you get a chance, or send the money, whatever. But the thing is, the Glen Eagle Hotel, for everybody to know this, it has the only Olympic-sized swimming pool in Ireland. It is a fantastic swimming pool. Every night I do my show in the Glen Eagle, I say to people, if you're staying in the hotel, are you using the pool? And people say, yes we are. No pee-pee. I don't have to tell people. No pissy-pissy. In pooly-pooly. You must never pee-pee in the poo-poo. Because this hotel in the Glen Eagle has a chemical built into the water. It's a Swedish chemical they brought in, and as soon as you let go, sometimes you can. Come on. There's a lot of us here tonight, and I know by looking at you, you wouldn't piss in the pool. But sometimes you're kind of short-taken, and you're out in the middle and there's nobody else, and you go, they won't know there's another little drop. Now, that's in your mind. But as soon as you let go, there's a Swedish chemical in the water. That's what I have to tell people. Soon as you piss in the pool, a big blue cloud forms all around you. And they all come in from everywhere. Hey, Mr. Bear, Mr. Bear, busy, busy. Busy. Clean in the pool. They know. And it doesn't matter how fast you try to swim away from it, it'll follow you. All the way, it'll come out after you. In the form of sting. Hey, Mr. Bear, busy, busy. But it's a great hotel. I've been into Gleneagle Hotel over the years. They're big into tips, by the way. This is one thing, by the way. Let Ireland be very proud, by the way. Let Ireland be proud today. Our hotels, they're better than any hotel in the rest of the world. The Irish hotels are fantastic. But by Jesus, they're big into tips. Not like years ago. Okay, we're going. I remember years and years ago someone saying, do you take a drink? I said, yeah, but don't drink too much. They wouldn't give you something for it. Nowadays, you must give tips in Ireland. I ordered a deck of cards one night. This is as true as Jason. I ordered a deck of cards one night, and they made 52 trips. I'll never forget it. 52 trips they made up to the room. Every card I had to give something for it. And me reading the Bible. Me looking through the Gideon's Bible for loopholes. In the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney, and I came across a leaflet. Remember that night, Brendan? You took it from me, we were both in the same bed. And that particular night, well, you couldn't get into your room. We're looking through the Bible, and a leaflet came out of the Bible, a flyer. And on this flyer it said, if you're an alcoholic, that's what it said. If you were an alcoholic, call this number. And I did, and it was a liquor store on the main street. I never forget it. It was a liquor store on the main street in Killarney. So don't underestimate the tips. People come from all over America today. People come from all over America. Not just people like ourselves who are already from Ireland. The Americans themselves. God damn, gotta go Ireland. I live in America most of the year. Florida, and I got a neighbor down there. He is this guy. You're from Ireland. I says, I know I'm from fucking Ireland. I know I'm from Ireland. They're Ireland. I want to go there. Well, I says, go now. And stay. This guy would wear you out. I want to go to Ireland. Want to see a Laprouchian. I said, you want to see what? I want to see a Laprouchian. I said, a leprechaun, you fucking idiot. Leprechaun, I said. Not a Laprouchian. I want to see one of those leprechauns with a green jacket. And I told them, look, come on, we all have to keep Ireland up. We all got to tell them what it's about in Ireland, but we got to say to the Yanks, look, cop your fucking self. I don't know any place. We have to tell them the time is now. Cop your bleeding self on. There are no leprechauns in Ireland. Am I right or wrong? None! Are there leprechauns in Ireland? No! None! There's a lot of fairies. A lot of fairies. No, there are. There's a lot of fairies. No, we can't get away with the fairies. Fairies everywhere. But there's no fucking leprechaun! Why are there no leprechauns in Ireland? I'll tell you now. Ever since the Chinese found out they taste like chicken, we've eaten the bastards! We have eaten every fucking leprechaun that was in Ireland because they're gone. I want to see a Laprouchian. I said, don't even think about it. This guy that lives next door to me in Florida, he's a lovely fella, by the way. You can't take him serious, but he's from Texas. something moved them from Texas to Florida. Texans, by the way, and I mean no disrespect to any Texans who are here, they think they're bigger than everybody else. I think someone said it's the biggest state in the union. I don't know. They say, oh, I'm from Texas, you know, I gotta have. Typical Texan, 10-gallon hat, 20-gallon head. Now let's be perfectly honest. Oh, goddamn. Everything I have is bigger than the other guy. Now this guy's a wonderful, wonderful guy, and I love him. But he's my neighbor, I have to love him. The thing about it was that he says, I'm going to Ireland. And he arrived in Dublin. The flight overflew Shannon one morning, took him to Dublin, and he ended up, this guy, in Moore Street in Dublin. I'm sure everybody here tonight knows Moore Street. It's a fabulous street in Dublin, where the ladies sell their wares. They do their fruit and their vegetables and their meats and everything else. In the open air. In the open air. Hail, rain or shine, you can go to Moore Street and you can get what you want. This Texan arrived in Moore Street. Gotta go to Ireland. I'm here in Moore Street, Ireland. And he walks up to Rosie, the most famous lady in Moore Street, and what a woman to pick. And he's standing beside her stall in Moore Street, and he's checking out what she's selling, all her fruits and vegetables. And he picks up this huge cucumber. And he's holding on the damn milk there. What is that goddamn thing here? He says, ma'am, I'm from the United States. What the hell is this? She said, that's a cucumber. Cucumber. He says, you kidding? Why? Back in Galveston, Texas, we got green beans. Bigger than those cucumbers. That's right, Chaz. God bless them all. And she went along with it. And the guy walks around the stall and he picks up a Granny Smith apple. A regular green apple. And he hops it up and down and says, hi, what the hell do you call these things in Ireland? So it's the same as they have in America. Apple. It's an apple. Well, he said, why back in Galveston, Texas, we got green grapes. Bigger than those goddamn apples. Yes. In Ireland, we tend to grow the fruit to suit the size of our mouths. She buried him. She buried him on the spot. Buried him. He couldn't take it. So he decides to leave. So he swung around to walk away, and one of his 4 cameras knocks a head of cabbage off the stall. And it falls to the ground. He said, come here, he said, pick up that Brussels sprout before you go. That's a true story. That's true. That is the truth. The great thing about it is, by the way, Ireland today. What? I can bring you right up to date to Ireland today. This day, the 21st. Because I left Ireland this morning. I get in, as I said, on the flight here to Aer Lingus at 6:15, whatever time we came over. Ireland today, we have tribunals now. Are you all familiar? You are nothing in Ireland now unless you have your own tribunal. Politics in Ireland is a joke, I'm sorry to have to say. It is a joke now. To be a politician in Ireland today, you have to have the gift of the grab. Not the gab, the grab. My mother said to me many years ago, God rest her soul, my mother says, politicians in Ireland, they're like bananas. They're all yellow. And they hang around in a bunch. And there's hardly a straight one among them. She said, that's what she said. She did. Jesus, it's unbelievable. It's everywhere you go. We hear names coming out. The Taoiseach, Bertie Ahern, doing the best he can, but he's on a bit of a slippery slope at the moment. That's the truth. Mary Harney has him by the ball. And if you think about this, she is the Deputy Prime Minister of Ireland, the Deputy Taoiseach. She's a Taoiseach now. Bertie Ahern cannot believe how lucky he is that she hasn't grabbed him by the ball. If you think about it, everywhere you look in Irish politics today, there's something funny going on. They talk about Liam Lawler, they talk about Frank Dunlop, they talk about all the various politicians. There's a new clock in Ireland today. It's the Millennium Clock in Leinster House. It's two-faced and has 3 hands. It's a two-faced clock. It has 3 hands: the hour hand, the minute hand, the backhand. Yeah, the backhand as well. It's true. And everywhere you go, it's the same thing. I come from kind of a background, by the way, especially in Dublin, where I was living for most of my life. I created a character many, many years ago called Bottler. And you know, I thought about it a million times. And over the years, I always felt that Bottler would become less known, because he started off, as I said, 25 years ago, maybe a little bit more than 25 years ago. And I'm looking at people here tonight who weren't born 25 years ago.
Bottler gets better with age.
He gets better with age. Who said that? Who said that? Well, I happen to have his costume here, and my brother is going to hand it up to me. The original costume that I had for Bottler. And I told Finbar, I said, if I come back, I'm going to make sure Bottler's there with me. Girls, don't start screaming. I have the original Bottler blazer, which I didn't have the last time I was here. If you're in any doubt, come up and smell it. This blazer has been, and you know, they paid me a great tribute in Ireland. I didn't realise how important it was till one day I discovered that they wanted me in the National Wax Museum as Bottler. And to me, to get into the National Wax Museum as anybody means that you must have done something right during your career. And today, to this very day, they have Bottler in the National Wax Museum. Yes, they have. The cap has been taken once every 3 weeks. But I have tonight, not only the cap, not only the scarf, but the socks. When I was a little boy, I never realised that one day I would get a visa. Because a visa was the name of a card that we used to rob off people when they were walking around. Then I realised that it means you can get into America. And when I was a little boy, we were very, very poor. Oh, we were poorer than that. I just, yeah. I'll never forget it.
Hand me that one.
Yeah. We were so poor, I was breastfed by my father. I'll never forget it. My mammy didn't know she was having me. My mammy didn't even know she was pregnant. She went to the maternity ward. And she just hiccuped and there I was. I was a nuggy little babby. I didn't say bastard, I said babby. Yeah, I don't like bastard as a word, I don't like that word. I don't like bastard. There's a new name for bastard now, it's called love child. Is it nicer? Yeah. Although it'll never cop on at football matches. I can't imagine that. The referee is a love child. No, it doesn't sound the same. Referees have said be bastards. They can't be love childs. And my ma, poor mammy, God love her soul and God bless her, my mammy was very proud of me. Yeah. See, I was so ugly when I was born, the midwife slapped me mother. And my mammy took me home. She took me home from the maternity ward. And I was so ugly, she had shutters on the pram. But she took me in her arms, I was wrapped up in blankets, and this dirty, rotten love child sat down beside her. He was as drunk as a love child. He was very drunk. And I was wrapped up in swaddling clothes. And he said, that is the ugliest little love child that I've ever seen. And my mammy was on the bus. And the bus driver stopped. And he walked back and he says, this man is giving you trouble. And she said, yes. So the bus driver pushed him off. He said, back off. And he says to me, mammy, he says, he has offended you. She says, yes. He says, I don't know what he says. He says, I have no idea what he said about you. But he says, I'm going to take you now to a nice cafe to get you a nice cup of tea and a banana for your monkey. You think it's funny? It's not funny. But we were very poor. Yeah, we were very poor. We were so poor, the first time I tasted meat was when I bit me tongue. We were so poor. I'll never forget it. We were so poor when I was a child that me fat, and I'll never forget this till the day I die. Ducks used to throw bread to us. When we went to the pond, the ducks threw bread to us. But even though we were poor, we were starving. We weren't happy. We just wanted to be bleeding happy. We were starving. I'll never forget. I'll never forget the Gritchen brothers gave me a hard time in the school. They slapped me, they gave out to me. And they used to ask questions that were stupid. Butler? Butler. Spell paint. Yeah, what colour? We look for loopholes. There's not the answer to this. Little boy here. Rasher McGettigan. When did Napoleon die? I didn't even know he was sick. So we had to say things. Razor Who was Joan of Arc? Was it Noah's wife? Get out to the side there. Little boy here. Snod's a comedy.
Yes.
Yes, Snod's a comedy. Where is Uganda?
I'm in the home with me grandma.
Little boy here. Dick Freeman from Gary Kennedy. Question for you. Yes, stand up when I'm speaking to you. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm writing
What are you writing?
a letter.
Who's the letter to?
Myself.
And what's in the letter?
I don't know because I won't get it until Friday.
Oh, yeah. Little boy up the back. What do you know? Yes. Roger McCorry. What do you know about St. Patrick?
St. Patrick was a saint.
Yes, well, we all know that. What else do you know about him?
He was a saint.
Yes, I know. He was also,
A saint.
he was the patron saint of Ireland.
Oh yes, he was a patron saint.
What else do you know about St. Patrick?
I don't know. He was before my time.
St. Patrick changed things in Ireland.
Yes, that's right. He was a saint.
That's right. He came to Ireland in 432 and he was a shepherd.
A what?
Shepherd.
What's a damn shepherd?
I'm asking you, what is a shepherd?
I don't know.
Oh, Christ. If you spent all day nailing shoes to horses, what would you be?
I would be a blacksmith.
Excellent. Now think about a shepherd. What is a shepherd?
I don't know.
If you spent all day with a hammer and a saw and the nails, hammering pieces together, what would you be?
I would be a carpenter.
Correct. Now you know what is a blacksmith, a carpenter. What is a shepherd?
I don't know.
If you spent all of your day following sheep up the side of a mountain, what would you be?
A ram. A ram.
Yeah. Razor O'Halloran, down the back there. I want you to do some mental arithmetic.
Mental.
Yes,
I'm not mental.
you will be. This is arithmetic without the aid of calculators.
Okay.
I want you to give me 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Well, that's not correct. It's correct, but I can't accept the answer. You seem to have cheated. It must be mental arithmetic.
Okay, okay.
Okay. 3 and 3.
3 and 3. 6.
Yes, it's a great dancer, but I watched you. You had your hands behind your back. You counted up to 6.
Okay. I have another go.
Okay. 5 and 5.
5 and 5. 5 and 11.
Get back after the back of the pass. Cheap little boss. I want you now to sing the tables for the class.
Sing them.
Yes. You know the way we did them over the years. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10, 2 6s are 12.
Okay. 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 4 2 3 6 2 4 8 1
Pocket O'Leary. Sing the 3 times.
Sing them.
Yes, you must sing them.
3 1 3 3 3 9 3 4 12 2 4 15 3 6 18 3 7 21 3 8 24.
Excellent. Now, Pocket Malone. Sing the 5 times.
Could you try somebody else?
No! You sing the 5 times.
Oh, Jesus. Do 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 do.
What are you doing?
I'll have to start them again. Could I do something else?
Do the 12 times.
Oh, Jesus. Do 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 do. 12. Do 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 do. 12. I think I'm going to have an accident. 12. Oh, Jesus. 12. 12 ones are 12. 12 twos are another 12. Do. 12 ones are 12. Oh, Jesus. 12 ones are 12. Do. 12 ones are 12. La 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 la.
What's all this la-la?
I know the air, I just can't remember the words.
Yes! Big Buzzer Butler played that tonight. Here tonight in Charlotte. Did you enjoy that? Well, that was a trip down memory lane for everybody here tonight. And I want to thank you for remembering with me here, because God bless us all, it's been there for many years. And as I keep on saying, there's some of you remember it, and there's some of you too young to remember it. Did you enjoy it? Amen? Well, I want to do a song. And if I may, while I'm here on the stage tonight, just say to all my friends who've come along tonight, I mentioned some of the requests that I got, and to everybody who's all my friends for coming. Are you enjoying yourselves here tonight, by the way? You are. Now, they said I had a guitar, and if I have, I may as well use it. Maybe do a song. And there's a song you know all the better. so much. What we do is, I'd like to dedicate a song here tonight. Because of the many years that I've been in the business, and as well as doing comedy, I also sang a few songs. Now, I won't do the songs that I was famous for because you cannot be that old, no matter how that happens.